Hey guys, and welcome to another video of Fire Emblem 3 Houses Blind. Now, you'll notice something very different about this video. It's not really a true intro. Doesn't really seem to be anything connected with the last video at all here. And the reason is, I lost all the footage for this particular video. I was a dumb butt. And I was going through and cleaning up my my drive to free up space so I could do more recording, and didn't catch the fact that I hadn't actually uploaded this video yet. So my apologies, but most of this video is lost. However, the good news is I can review support conversations, so I'll go through the two that I think I had. If either of these are a repeat, I apologize. But I'm also going to quickly review what happened during that time.
It seems I am discovered. I suppose that means assassination is out of the question. At least for now.
Oh, Hubert. Oh, Hubert. Always trying to assess the situation, see whether or not he needs to backstab people trying to protect Edelgard. Speaking of backstabbing, we had the rare monster sighting. So that was interesting. We went into a battle with a monster and a bunch of bandits. The bandits and the monster actually fought each other a little bit while I was attacking the monster, which was actually really cool. Unfortunately, they broke its guard. I did not break its guard, so I didn't get any items from it, which is a bummer. But from what I understand, most of the time they're items you can use for reforging the Sword of the Creator, or maybe potentially other weapons of that kind. So we still beat it, we still killed everything on the map, and we got a few levels to everybody, so that's good. What do you think you're doing?
Merely keeping an eye on you for the moment. Nothing to be concerned over.
Yeah, okay, except for the assassination mention. Something else, we did some more instruction. Honestly, there not a whole lot happened outside of Hubert wanted to talk to me, and I think one other person wanting to talk to me during this time. So the good news is the footage that I did lose is extremely non-story focused. So we got away with that. Thank goodness. So we're going to finish this Hubert conversation. I'm going to review the other supports one last time to make sure there's nothing I forgot. And then we'll move on to the next video. So my apologies for not having a full video on this one and for managing to lose stuff. I'll be a lot more careful in the future.
Unusually watchful. Difficult to steal upon in slumber. Perhaps an odorless, tasteless poison. Lady Edelgard certainly took interest in a difficult one this time.
Why are you following me?
I suppose that question does warrant a response, considering it may mean your life. The answer requires me to explain some of the complex internal politics of the Empire. Are you familiar with Volkard von Arundel? He is Lady Edelgard's uncle. You may also know him as Lord Arundel, the Empire's regent. Many years ago, he took Her Majesty and fled to the Kingdom of Fargus. Then after a time, he returned to seize power. Joining forces with Prime Minister Ire and my father, Lord Arundel rendered Emperor Ionius IX politically impotent. Lady Edelgard is Ionius IX's daughter. I cannot begin to fathom the depth of her sadness at his betrayal. I see something of Lord Arundel in you. When I look at you, I feel I can almost see a second self lurking beneath the surface.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
It is as if you are in constant dialogue with something inside your heart. Something with desires very different from your own.
He knows this is a Let's Play and there's somebody else controlling the character. No, he's definitely
feel familiar to you at all?
Talking about Sothis. He's very, very perceptive.
Because to me, you seem unpredictable. As though you could turn traitor at any moment.
See, that's interesting. Turn traitor. Because that implies that I have loyalty to something. I don't think I've managed to come to that point yet. Outside of maybe being a teacher? I mean, I could betray the sacred trust between a teacher and a student, but that's about it. There might be something to that.
The more I learn about you, the less I like.
Oh, it's completely opposite for you, Hubert. The more I learn about you, the more I like.
I had thought you might be of use to Lady Edelgard. But now I am beginning to think you may, through no fault of your own, present too great a risk. I hope you will prove me wrong, Professor.
I do appreciate that he points out of no fault, no fault of your own. Which means Hubert does acknowledge that we have no control over the potential betrayal. And I do appreciate that. Hubert is a very interesting man. He recognizes things for what they are, and that sometimes there really is no control over it. But at the end of the day, it's very black and white for him. You're either benefiting Edelgard, or you're not. And if you're not, are you a liability? He will kill you. If you're not a liability, he will remove you. Ooh. I like you, Hubert.
I would hate for this to come to bloodshed.
Ugh. Will Father never learn? All of these useless letters are only creating more rubbish in the world. Professor? Oh, I didn't see you standing there. My apologies.
Hello, Ingrid. Was that a letter you were disposing of?
Oh, that paper. Well, Yes, it was. It was a letter from my father.
Isn't that important to you?
I understand where you're coming from here, but I have no need of such things. It isn't like anything of importance was written on it. Curious? I suppose there's no harm in allowing you to read it. Go on then.
My dearest daughter, Ingrid. Are you well? I trust that you are behaving yourself and refraining from causing trouble for others. Things on the home front are in order. The marriage proposal for you and the Viscount's son should be prepared soon. Although, I am quite certain there are many superior candidates at Garreg-Mach Monastery. As you know, the very survival of our family is dependent upon whom you marry.
So much burden placed on these students. Most of them are under 18. And you push so much weight onto their shoulders. Yeah.
You are the only one left in the family who can make things right. We are all counting on you. Do not lose sight of what truly matters.
Our family line. I mean, I know nobles in general, this is a very open and obvious path for them. They have to keep the bloodline strong by marrying into other strong bloodlines. And I know that arranged marriage is something that has happened for millennia in our own culture. But I have no idea what it would be like. I've been in this modern culture now this whole time, and I married out of love. How could someone feel comfortable, just comfortable, with an arranged marriage with someone you barely know? Unless you have a strong sense of duty, or you get something personally out of it. If that's the case, and it is a strong feeling of duty or loyalty, and or you get something out of it, I suppose it's not a bad thing. but I'm very uncomfortable with the prospect of arranged marriage, especially if you have no say in it. A letter about marriage prospects?
Yes. Perhaps you found it somewhat entertaining.
That's not the word I would use at all. Not even close.
I've told you that we've never been very well off financially. My noble family, House Galatea, branched off from House Daphne in the Alliance. Shortly after, we were lucky enough to receive the support of the royal family, allowing us to attain nobility, to some extent. But the territory we watch over is poor, its harvest meager, and our noble blood too has grown thin. Neither my father nor my brothers bear a crest.
Oh, the crest again. The crust. So much stock in this nonsense of crests. I'm tired of it.
I, however, do bear a crest. Because of this, my father sees me as our family's one hope for the future.
And you can hear there is a struggle within her. A struggle between her duty and her belonging to a family versus her own wants and needs and desires. This does not bode well for her.
A crest is highly prized among nobles. Were I to marry into a greater noble family, that financial support could soothe our woes.
And she's stuck in a place that's terrible. Does she want what's best for her family or what's best for her? And in the culture that she comes from the, what was it called? Not the Alliance, not the Empire. I can't remember what the other one's called. Regardless, they are brought up with a strong sense of duty. So I really think that that's what she's gonna do in the end. That's what she feels obligated to do. And she'll have some satisfaction in helping her family, but she'll probably never be happy. I can't believe he would use you like that.
Thank you, Professor. Your sentiment alone is a great comfort to me. Despite my own feelings, I understand his approach to all this. It isn't that he doesn't care for me.
Yeah, the letter was worded in a way that shows that he does care. And he does make a point, saying, there may be other people there at the monastery that are prospects, and please keep an open mind. They're arranging a marriage, but they're keeping their options open.
I understand it very, very well, which is why I apologize,
Yes.
Professor. I must be going.
Okay. Oh, so much burden. So much burden. Okay, so yeah, that's a sneak peek of the other support conversations I've gotten so far and what I have gotten recorded, so there's that. Anyway, that's all for this video. I know it's a little shorter, and I know, unfortunately, you didn't get to see some battles, but there we are. So, until the next video, hopefully you guys are having a great day. Take care, and I will catch you next time.